Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Julie, I never said hello to you tonight.
Hello there.
Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
All right, so it's another, well, this is our first meeting on Thursday. This is unique.
Right, nobody forgot. No.
No, and no one forgot it was 7 o'clock instead of 7:30.
Karen reminded us.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I still had notes all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Refrigerators.
Oh,
Anyway, so it's time to, tonight we have two public hearings, regular meeting. And tonight we'll start with the first public hearing. And we'll call
I think they're on Zoom, I think.
Yeah.
Good.
the meeting to order and see members tonight. So tonight, our regular members are Jim Tester, ladies first, Elaine Curley, Candy Valeri, Jim Conway, and myself, Bill Horgan. And the alternates tonight, Cheryl Rosen, Chris Hagerty. And so our meeting is called to order. Start with, I'm sticking to the paper. Karen, you have the real public notice, do you not?
It is, yes,
I mean, the real paper, newspaper?
yes,
Okay.
actually, if you want to see it, I do have it. I have two notices.
Oh, you make copies?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So that's the,
It was
just so we're
advertised
not
twice.
taking our
in
word
voice.
for it. We got the real paper there.
Yeah.
He's gonna read it out.
So, the legal notice for the first public hearing tonight is to put into the record, published on Wednesday, March 29th, April 5th, in Voices newspaper. The Roxbury Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on Thursday, April 13th at 7 p.m. in the Roxbury Town Hall. The purpose of this hearing is to solicit public comment on the following special permit applications. Dwayne and Bonnie Murray, 124 Wells Bridge Road, for an addition under section 3.10, non-conformity of the Roxbury zoning regulations. Second public hearing, Tim Tierney of 72 Apple Lane, for an addition under section 3.10, non-conformity of our Roxbury zoning regulations. At this hearing, interested persons may present and be heard, and written communications will be accepted. These applications are on file in the Roxbury Land Use Office and the Office of Town Clerk, and can be reviewed during all business hours.
I can hear that.
This hearing can also be accessed via Zoom or phone. As followed, you have the addresses. So the notices to adjoining property owners. Karen, do we have all those there? You have copies of them all?
Yes, they were received in their own file and we have them here.
Okay. Next,
This will be my mistake.
yes. And I just make one correction here. This public hearing is for Dwayne and Bonnie Murray, as well as Road. Tim Tierney is next.
Right.
So Dwayne and Bonnie Murray are not here. Are they
Yeah,
here?
they're here on Zoom.
Oh, here they are.
Yeah, come in.
Would like to present your application to us?
Sure.
Okay,
You can start with that.
so I guess I didn't put it on the permit that we're applying for this special permit under zoning regulation 3.10 for nonconformity. And now you can go.
And do you just want to explain the, what you want to do?
Yeah, we have a permit for an addition, but we need this permit for the 11 by 12 office we want off the side of it. With a Bilko door. I don't know if we can see that. Can we point to that anything?
No, we can't.
They have that right in
Yeah,
front of
they
them.
do have it, yeah.
We must look at the real map.
That's the proposal. So the proposed addition? The
Yeah.
proposed addition, that's the office?
Yes.
Okay.
So this permit that, now I already have, do I already have the permit for the main addition, correct?
which, there are two additions here. Is one a main addition?
Yes. And then we're going for the office at 11 by 12 office off the side of it. With
What is the square footage of the two additions?
around 800 square feet.
So is that, is it specified two additions, Karen?
It says one here in the statement of use.
In addition,
Yes,
Increase our living space on the first floor and adding an office.
correct.
That's what this application is for. Yeah.
All right.
yes,
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Bill, I think it's a singular proposal.
Right.
Because it is attached. It's
Same
just
building, it's all one
configured for
building.
them, it's two functions, but it's one addition.
It's one addition.
And it's not conforming and it's within the,
Yep, so, and then so it's, on the setback.
it is behind the setback.
Yeah, it's in pink on the
Just
Oh, yeah.
reading. Yeah.
So the blue
Oh, yeah.
pink is there.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me.
So it's-
Thank you.
Fully conforming setback wise.
Yeah.
We kind of just morphed into comments and questions from the commission, but do you have anything else you want to say in your presentation?
Well, I mean, and I think I have everything set with that addition on the setbacks, correct?
That was certainly an important thing.
Yes, I so I put that,
Just that 800 square feet. And what's the square footage of the footprint?
The main house.
Main house footprint.
Do you know that?
I couldn't really hear you there. So you,
square footage of the house.
the existing house is, existing house is 1540, I
Square
believe.
footage of the house. Square footage of
Of
the
whole-
footprint.
of the whole house.
The footprint.
Yeah, the footprint.
The footprint of the house.
His footprint is 22 by 35.
So.
So we just have to make sure it's no more than 25% of the footprint.
Mhm.
That's the requirement.
If it's 800, you're talking.
What are those dimensions?
20 by
By
30.
35.
I can get it. 7
That can't be right.
That can't.
That's, yeah, that's too small.
That's tiny.
That's too small. That's 7.
Oh, that's the addition.
No,
No,
No, the existing house is 22 by 35, but there's an attached garage. That's where we were putting the addition, is where the attached garage is. We're taking the garage out and putting the addition in its place. So do you want me to add the footprint of the house, of the garage in the two?
That's a change of use.
That's not being changed. The garage isn't being changed. It's still going to be a garage.
Did you just say that your addition, one of the additions is going where the garage was?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, that is a change of use.
yeah.
So did we get a square footage of?
My question, you want a square footage?
Square footage.
23 by.
That's very tiny. It's 750
So,
square feet.
So you can't have,
Yeah.
you can't have an 800.
Then 6 by 6, which is 36.
It's 36.
And then garage.
it doesn't,
two
it's
additions.
not correct.
Proportionate.
What do you say they were?
Yeah.
818.
They're not double the size. They're not the same. They're smaller than this house.
It's not to scale.
Not the scale.
Well, this, at least on the GIS system, this right here is the garage. That section right there. So there's,
That's it. So the drive-in is right here.
I believe, or it was.
So they're adding to the back.
Is that currently a garage or is it?
Yes, it is.
Now,
No, it's currently a garage.
okay.
Where's the print?
Now, our regulation doesn't specify garage versus house, as far as non-conformity.
Right, it's the footprint of the
It's
house.
the house, not the garage, because the garage brings it up to more.
So
Yeah,
the
so
garage
I-
is not part of that.
Yeah.
The regulation, I believe, is the footprint of the house.
Should stay it.
Yeah. Well, Sharon found a house on Europe.
How's the neighbor actually worded?
It didn't bring the right.
I'm on the GIS.
Okay, so what this doesn't state, and what we need to know is where the footprint, square footprint of the existing house and what the addition would be, because it can't be more than 25% of the existing house.
So can we use are we using the footprint of the garage?
No,
No.
No, it's
No.
only the living space.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if we use it for storage, not a garage? We don't have a driveway down there anymore. Okay, so
So max 192 and a half.
I'm a little confused because I thought I already had the permit from John for the addition where the garage was.
We don't know anything about that.
Yeah, you might.
All right, I'm lost
What
here.
size are the two additions?
18 by 30 is where the garage is. And then the office is 11 by 12.
11 by 12?
Without because your garage is 20 by 13, what is the size of the piece that's going off the back and what's the size of the piece that's going off the side?
So I'm coming off the house 18 feet. That's including the garage in the breezeway. It was going to be on the same footprint as the garage, but then it's going to the back of the property.
How many additional feet?
I think 10 feet.
Okay. So 10 by 13?
While the garage, 10 by 18, it's going to go right to the house.
Okay.
That's it, Chris, that's a change of use. If they're,
What I'm thinking, if the garage is treated as a change of use, if you did it in 2 steps and the garage became a change of use,
I wonder if that would be nice, but I wonder if there's the aggregate verbiage in that regulation too. Like if you didn't use up all your additional potential feet, you can use that, you can be credited that with a future addition to your addition.
You can.
part of the garage is in setback too. What is the ruling? I think we gotta look it up.
Yeah, part of the garage is in the setback.
Yeah, part of the garage
This
is
is-
non-conforming.
Squaring
Non-conforming.
off the front of the porch, breezeway, whatever it is, so squaring that off and squaring this off.
If you take our regulation to 25%, and you take the existing house at 770, that only gives them credit of 154 feet. That's
Square feet.
square feet. That's a basic premise or starting point.
Mhm.
And that's where we have to start from. And of that 770 square feet of the house, we have to see what we can credit that to.
So wait, you're saying our house has a square footage of 770 feet?
No, the
Footprint.
The
footprint.
footprint of it,
And
because you said it was 22 by 35, which is 770.
Yeah, it's just the footprint.
Okay,
This is
Okay.
23 by 24.
I didn't think it was that tiny.
Well, we're going by your,
And then 6 by
your,
6, so
your
it comes to
dimensions, so-
18, so 25% of that is
200,
200.
yeah.
The proposed 818,
Is this the-
Does that include the garage?
204, no, it doesn't.
Is it-
Garage
is it garage?
no, living space.
no, let me look now.
This shows the garage 20 by 13.
But it's not in the reg.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good time to read everyone the reg, so Bonnie knows the reg. How it's read, how it's
Yeah.
written.
Yeah, I have it up. I'm just, there's a lot of it.
There's a lot right here,
Part of
yeah.
the house.
yeah, we have 3.126, is that what she referred to?
So the garage is not part of the living space, not part of the house.
I said, not the dwelling, has to be habitable.
Right, and if the garage gets converted, and the change of use, then that starts adding to the 25%.
Correct.
Deducting from the 25%. So if you take the 770.
What'd you say?
Well, Chris said it was 818. Chris said it was 818, which 25% is 204.5. Yeah.
Say that again, Cheryl?
Chris said that the square footage of the dwelling was 818. And if you take 25% of that, because he found another 36 square feet.
Did you get that?
It's off the GIS site, which it uses our assessors
Right.
Right.
field cards.
Right,
Yes.
so that's, and so then 25% of that is 204.5
So that would be the limit of
Yeah.
their addition,
theoretically. yes.
which also would be the conversion of the garage. So that,
Mhm.
let me write that number down, Cheryl. What is that number again?
204.5,
200.
4.5. Allowed.
So that would limit their
Allowed.
additional living space after they filled in the garage to 204.5 feet
That's total.
That's how.
total. So that includes the garage.
Does it include the garage? Or
Because it's-
does the,
No, I'm sorry, it doesn't include the garage. I don't mean that. No, I mean the total, 25%
Yeah, the
is
25%,
what it is.
which is 25% of the existing living space now,
Right.
right?
Yeah, but, right, and that's all they have to work with.
So 25%.
204.5.
That's 204 square feet.
Yeah, 204.5, yeah.
Converting to the garage. But yeah, but that's a change of use. so
No.
they can't just do that.
Well,
They could keep the garage and add
they could do the 10 by 18 off the back of the garage.
They could,
That's-
Right.
if they didn't convert the garage, they would have more to play with in addition somewhere.
Well, we
The locations of the wells and subjects.
yeah, but this,
I don't think they're impacted.
I don't see the septics aren't on here.
No.
That's a
So they could. add
That's a
on
new town health.
Right,
without
yeah,
touching the garage.
correct.
Yeah, that piece off the back of the garage, they could do. No,
And I think he was just saying.
Yeah, we're telling them how to-
He has permit for that 10 by 18 structure already.
Yeah, but you can't do this little piece on the right, correct? Well, not if he does the 10, yeah.
It's not our business to tell them how to design their addition, but the addition they have now, converting the garage, creates a big problem for them and limits them to a much smaller amount for an addition.
Can you change the use? of the
I
garage?
don't know what you mean by that.
I don't know.
It's-
I'm reading the regs right now.
that's what I do.
Yeah, I know,
It seems
it's
like. Logical.
But if they're changing the garage use, that's eating up their 25%, big time.
Well, if you change the
You know, but
use, it's
it
already
does-
there.
It's already
Not adding
there,
that on.
and that could actually add to like the dwelling space
That could add to the
theoretically,
dwelling
and then they could
space.
have that as the new base for
Ah,
which to
See, the
convert.
question is whether
that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can do that, but that seems to make some sense.
It's larger.
Yeah, you make,
Yeah.
you increase the dwelling space, and that would give you
Yeah, then
additional.
you'd have the
Right.
percentage growing.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, so it's a 2 or 3 step process.
Yeah,
The garage is
so I don't know what it
non-conforming.
takes to convert the,
The
to
garage,
have a change of use for the
yeah,
garage.
so is the house.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, they're all non-conforming.
So they're gonna change the use of the non-conforming from that.
So changing the use
It's
doesn't
right now.
I
affect
think
the,
the garage
this.
is right,
Footprint
yeah,
at all.
non-conforming.
You think the garage is this?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're
Yeah.
putting,
Part of the house and part of the garage.
so you think it goes like this, it wraps, and then this was an
We should
addition
do
and
one
that was
at
an
a time.
addition, is that what you're saying?
We gotta do one at a time.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
That was
all
my
right.
fault. I was trying to understand. where the
It's
garage
okay.
was.
So we can hear it.
We're gonna have to read this to find out
Yeah,
how the non-conformance applies to change of use, if it does.
so non-conforming uses, structures.
Because if they did it in
buildings.
two phases, they treated one as as a change of use first. They're not,
footprint's not changing.
the footprint is not changing, they're not expanding. Right. They're just changing how it's used.
Now they have a big credit, a much bigger living.
Wouldn't that expand the living space?
Yes.
Yes, it would expand, right, so.
And that's
you-
part of the
So it is
25%.
expanding.
Mhm.
They changed the use of the garage to living space.
They're not changing the footprint though.
Yeah, but it's not currently a dwelling.
Currently, it's not part of the.
Right, but if they had a
living space.
change of use to change it to.
Living
you did it
space.
To a living space.
But-
No,
But that's non-conforming. It's still not conforming. We still have the issue of the non-conforming portion that they want to change.
The garage is existing, that footprint exists,
Yeah, and it's
That's a-
non-conforming.
that's a fact.
Get you the questions.
So what we need to know is, when you change, what is change of use, is that addressed in our regulations?
All right, so I'm just gonna read 310.3. Any non-conforming building, lot, or use of land or building may be continued in the form and to the extent existing when the legally created building, lot, or use became non-conforming. So the garage is a garage and the house is a house. That's what that means.
Yes.
Okay, so that's just making a statement about that. No non-conforming building, lot, or use, if once changed to conformity, shall be changed back. So you can't change it back to non-conformity, but it's talking about changing the use. 310.5, except as expressly permitted by these regulations, no non-conforming use of land shall be enlarged, extended, or altered. Okay. And no building or other structure or part thereof devoted to a non-conforming use shall be enlarged, extended, constructed, reconstructed, or structurally altered, except the result of such changes to reduce or eliminate the non-conformity.
Read that last
And they're
sentence,
not doing
where the four things that you can't do.
Devoted to non-conforming use shall be no building or structure or part thereof devoted. Enlarged, extended, constructed, reconstructed, or structurally altered, except where the result would be to make it eliminate the non-conformity.
Lurking in that is change it. Is there any interpretation for change of use there?
No.
No,
It doesn't mention change of use.
Unless we. It's all about reducing the non-conformity. So you can, so it's allowed, but it has to be more non-conforming.
But none of those things reduce the non-conformity. Reconstruction,
No, right,
How
exactly.
much of the garages?
But they don't increase it either. They're not imposing on the setback.
Exactly, that is right. That's why we allow the 25%
Maybe not. Sure.
behind
Probably about that.
the setbacks.
That's the
Because within our non-conforming barns, we wrote a reg that allows
adaptive reuse for barns and
That's what I'm
historic barns.
looking at.
Nothing in these regulations shall prevent the adaptive reuse of barns that are deemed historic resources.
Which
This,
is-
no,
Garage.
it's a garage.
Right.
We still only allow one increase in a non-conforming.
Total 25%, they can do it in stages. Yeah.
There's two things going on. There's a change of
Right.
use of the garage and
Exactly,
there's an addition. The addition actually fits.
yes,
The back one.
The back
The back
addition
one.
of the office works.
right.
The change of use of the garage doesn't work currently. The addition is plenty small enough to fall under 25%.
Right.
But if they just, all he cared about was just changing use of the garage.
But we gotta figure out, can they, and I'm conforming it,
And what,
can they?
yeah, we don't know that.
Yes, you know,
We wrote that regulation recently.
let me just, I gotta read this.
Here,
Here, I thought this was gonna be an easy one, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, change of use thing is pretty sticky.
And I don't know if that's like,
yeah, we should tell them what's going on.
one of their,
Can we just call it a walk-in closet right now? Not what it is, it hasn't been in writing.
no, it's still the 25%.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter, yeah. Oh, God.
yeah, I think we're gonna have to review all of this. It's
Yeah.
not as simple as we thought it would be.
I thought it was gonna be so.
No, because if non-conforming areas in the house, non-conforming in the garage.
The only part that was non-conforming initially was the office. And then we moved that back so that it's back behind the line by like 50 feet.
Well, that's, they see that. No, it's not by 50 feet. It's 50 feet off the road and
Okay,
33 the sidelines.
okay.
So they,
Yeah, so part of the house and part of the garage is non-conforming, if this map is correct.
Mhm.
The house starts, I guess, right here. There's a garage.
We're pretty close to Weller's Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question is.
Yeah, Julie, can you
convert the
pull that
garage
up?
into living space?
We're gonna have to review it.
Yeah, see, this is what we're working with, and that line that goes across, parking, house, and I imagine that to the right is the garage,
That's the setback line,
setback line.
the dashed one.
Yeah.
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 So that shows what portion is conforming.
And non-conforming, right,
portions
right.
not
So that's what we're looking at, is that portion of the house that's non-conforming and the part of the garage that's not.
Yeah.
No, the only thing we're looking at is where they want to put the addition, because it's all on non-conforming,
Yeah,
so it
Right.
doesn't change.
okay, even though it's existing, the footprint's existing, correct?
Right, it's existing
Oh, it is.
non-conforming, yeah. So part of the house,
I thought it was.
yeah, it doesn't.
Because it's non-conforming, the non-conforming rule
17.
Applies to
applies
all
to
parts of it.
everything.
Yeah.
And what we have to find out is, correct me if I'm wrong, if they convert the garage into living space,
So.
is that just no penalty for that? It just becomes more living space.
Was part of the 25%.
I don't know.
No, it would be. Because it's not dwelling currently.
Mhm.
It would,
Yeah.
it's a change of use.
yeah,
So,
But
This says you
does it
can't.
say change of use anywhere in our regulation? Eats up the 25%.
I think.
It would.
it would.
It would because it becomes part of the house, right?
It's already there
Yeah. I don't think that has any adverse impact.
to the
Even though it's
25%.
a footprint.
And it
Even
would
though
add
it's
to living
existing.
space,
25%.
25%.
That's all you get.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't matter what it is, but
Like Jim was just saying, if they do a change of use, which we're gonna have to read it, but may be allowed to the garage, does that then contribute to the overall footprint living space? And
that's what
then
he's asking
increase
too.
the
Mhm.
amount that they can do.
I wouldn't bet a lot right now. It's unclear, and we have to find out.
Yeah, we're gonna review it.
Yes.
So, and that's unfortunate time-wise for Murray's, but it's up to us to find out.
Yeah.
So 13 by 20. Is the garage. It's another 260 square feet.
added to the 800.
The,
That's another 65 square feet. That'd be a-
yeah, it doesn't give them the 800 they want.
Yeah,
They could start the addition, office addition, anytime it's under 25% of the living space currently.
but we have to complete the,
And if they took the garage conversion off the
But
table,
is that their one shot though? Is that their one
No,
time?
you can do it more than, you can
You
do it
can.
multiple times, but as long as it
Yeah.
doesn't go over 25%.
and the garage
Of the-
conversion should be.
Of the pre-addition
Of the original
space,
dwelling, the non-conforming dwelling, that's what the amount is, that's what this
right?
states that it goes to. It's not that all of a sudden you have a garage and then you decide it's a dwelling, that doesn't get added to the dwelling.
Wow.
It's existing. They're both non-conforming buildings, but one is a garage and one is a dwelling. So unless
Wow.
But
the
if,
town
but if they
attorney
do
comes
the,
back,
yeah, if they do a change of use, then maybe it's gonna give up.
and
Because I don't,
then it becomes living space.
yeah, I'm not seeing any.
But is it, yeah, but is it, the question is, which we don't
We'd
know
have
the
to
answer,
scale. Yeah.
right?
That's where you were going with
That's
that,
where
right?
we're going, like, I don't know the answer.
Yeah, It becomes living space, which makes the house bigger, so the addition could be bigger.
by
Right.
65 square feet.
Right,
Yeah.
but that only gives them, their additions currently are 10 by 18, which is 180, and 11 by 12, which is 132, for a total of 312. And even if we give them the addition for the garage, they're only allowed to increase by 269.5. Yeah, right.
How
So
close are
I think those are the numbers that are correct.
And that's based on the assessor's map.
Yeah, yeah.
It's 818 plus the 20 by 13, right? Is the garage, you said the
Yeah.
current garage space,
I'm not doing that.
which gives you a
Uh,
total of 1,078.
78, yeah.
1,078 times 25 is
Yeah.
69.5. So they're a little short, but I guess the first question is really, can we convert that
Chris, does that
garage
fall onto your
into?
theory?
Yeah.
State your summary, your opinion, your theory again.
I think we're gonna have to check if
Yeah, I think that,
it's possible to do a change of use, and
Okay,
if that would then,
that's the wall
Increase.
we're up against. We can't do any more now.
Yeah.
So we will, we'll just continue this till next meeting.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do we need to vote
May
on
I
it?
make a suggestion?
Sure.
Would it be wise for the Murrays to relinquish this application and file an application for change of use first?
That would be a good idea, because they'd be doing that anyway.
They have to do it anyway.
I would think
It's
they
gonna
would.
take us a little bit to find out the answer we don't have. I mean, that would be a suggestion to them, but
I think it might be complicated.
I would leave it the way it is.
It would certainly be up to them.
Question.
Yeah,
not, we can't tell them what to do.
Change the garage.
Yeah, denying this application doesn't mean that
We could,
they can't do,
keep the
they're prohibited from doing anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we could keep it open.
Yeah.
I think we should keep it open.
Yeah, just keep this one open, let's find out.
Yeah,
Because it might work.
right.
Because once we close, then we can't get
All right,
any.
No, you leave it open.
I think we
continue.
leave it open.
We vote on it.
No, we don't, do we vote to leave it open?
We vote on it.
excuse me.
I can-
Yeah.
Continuing.
Yep.
Leaving
We
it
can
open.
vote to continue.
All right, so does everyone agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't think, yeah.
All right, so entertain a motion then to continue this.
I make a motion to continue the public hearing for the Murrays to the next meeting.
Second.
Second? All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Okay, the motion to continue is approved. So we're gonna work on this.
Okay.
See, we get you things back to the buck.
Yep.
So what is the plan? You're
We're gonna
continuing?
talk to the town attorney, and we really have to, this, it's complicated because of the change of use of the garage. And we gotta find it in the regulation that says it's allowed. And so if it's not allowed, then we're gonna have to, come back to you with
Mhm.
some other options.
Okay, because this is the first we've ever heard of this change of use.
Yeah,
Well, it's taking the garage and turning it into living space.
Yeah, which has been the plan all along.
That's change of use.
yeah, which we,
Change of use is missing from what we can see tonight.
Well,
Missing
what
everything.
Seems,
So that's what we have to do for you, and
Okay,
we'll talk to the town attorney, and,
let's make sure it's clear,
okay.
All right,
okay?
all right,
okay, thank you.
Sorry.
sorry for that, really, sorry.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so we don't need a motion to close the public hearing because it's continued.
We say it's to the main meeting.
Get to the next meeting.
We didn't say that, but that's
I
what we're doing.
said to the next meeting.
I would like to make a suggestion, exactly, including the top, what's included in here, that suggestion is that we get official numbers for square footage
Yes.
existing,
Right,
and these are not labeled
right,
as far as square footage. This is verbal.
Yes.
right.
I noticed they had an A2 survey, a recent one by Mike Alex. So he has those numbers. It shouldn't be too hard or expensive to get the exact numbers of the footprint and the existing house.
Yeah, we really need to have to.
Should we also check with John Cody to see if
Yeah,
anything had been
mentioned
done?
a,
She mentioned that she was under the impression they were already permitted for some of
He
this.
said he thought he wasn't sure,
Yeah, so we just make sure.
and he
I
didn't
think we
provide
just
any
should-
documentation.
I agree, but maybe we just should.
Yep.
I think it's easy enough to,
Yeah.
to check on that.
We'll do what we can do and what we.
From
have
our
to do.
end,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
Okay.
so you should read the legal notes again, or,
Yep, we probably should.
okay.
Yeah, open the next, open the next hearing.
call to order.
We have to adjourn.
What?
Well, we continued it, so
We continue.
we're not adjourned.
Right, correct.
So we get to see man members again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start a new public
All right,
hearing.
so.
Mhm.
All right, on to our next public hearing. Numbers again?
Yep.
All right, call this meeting to order. Seat our members, regular members, Kim Tester, Elaine Curley, Candy Valeri, Tim Conway, and myself, Bill Horgan. So we have ourselves a quorum. And I call this meeting to order and read the legal notice. Kim, you read the legal notice.
I can do that.
I read the first one.
Yeah, I can do that. Happy to do that. This is to the Voices dated March 20, 2023, legal notice. Published Wednesday, March 29 and April 5th, 2023, and we have copies of the newspaper here. Legal notice, the Roxbury Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on Thursday, April 13th, 2023 at 7 p.m. in the Roxbury Town Hall. The purpose of this hearing is to solicit public comment on the following special permit applications. It's Dwayne and Bonnie Murray, 124 Walrus Bridge Road for an addition under section 3.10, nonconformity of the Roxbury zoning regulation. And Timothy Tierney, 72 Apple Lane for an addition under section 3.10, nonconformity of the Roxbury zoning regulation. At this hearing, interested persons may be present and heard, and written communications will be accepted. These applications are on file in the Roxbury Land Use Office and the Office of the Town Clerk. Can be reviewed during normal business hours. This hearing can also be accessed via Zoom or phone as follows, and then Zoom info and phone info follow. Roxbury Zoning Commission will check.
All right, Tim,
Yes, sir.
if you forgot things, come up and present your application.
All right, so you want me to go out front
Okay,
there?
go ahead. Go
I'll
ahead.
swap maps with you on that.
Well, I'm Tim Kearney, in case any of you don't know, but I want to expand my parents' house at 72 Apple Lane so that it has a first floor primary bedroom for my wife and for me. So the setbacks on it, any construction that I'm going to be doing is going to be beyond the setback. That setback does infringe upon the current house. There is a red line here that shows the setback. And see to this, but that's the red line there. So I'm doing all the extensions out. Oh,
Oh, good.
oh, so here's the line. This is the 50-foot setback.
Okay.
And any of the part that I'm doing is pushing out towards the north, pushing out a little bit towards the front 2 feet. And so that's basically it, you know, just need to expand it a little bit to get a primary.
So that Bilko door is going to be moved.
Yes, I did move it
Yeah.
over to the side.
Yep.
Over here instead of being out front where it's, you know,
Yeah.
And
I
that-
just thought I'd-
By the set, by this Bilko, that structure is coming down or is gone.
what's that?
Where the Bilko is
Yeah,
in purple, then
Just to the left of that.
just follow your up and to the left, just an inch, to the
Left.
left, right
That.
there.
oh, that isn't a Bilko, that's a patio.
Those patio.
That's a patio.
Oh, it's
This,
part of the
this is the Bilko here.
Right. Yeah, we just weren't sure what the other was.
Yeah, no, that's a patio. I don't know why they left that in.
Is that patio
Labeled,
in
it's labeled
existence?
here, but
In existence.
it stands.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess so.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Any questions for Tim?
No, to me, it's interesting how the setback and
Comes
your
around the corner.
boundary line and the existing road.
Well, you see that road is an old road that
Right.
comes very close to my parents.
So it used to come way up by the stone wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I'm within 50 feet.
yeah.
If I did,
And
if
that
I
piece of
owned,
land, that
if
isn't
my
yours, is it?
parents had bought that piece of
Right.
it there, which
Right.
I had talked to the first selectman.
Right.
And I discussed that with him. And he said that might be doable, but I don't know for what price and how
Because
long
that's
that's
town
gonna
property.
take.
That's
Yeah,
town
well,
property
this
from
is
the road
town
to the
property.
stone wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's, you know, it's all dead ash trees. It
Oh, yeah,
looks like
yeah,
crap. I would
It's so
fix it up.
interesting, the history of that.
Because all the time I saw your application, I'm trying to figure out how that house was within 50 feet. Because I know
Oh,
the
yeah,
road
because
is.
the layout, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, Jim remembers things like this.
Yeah.
Hey, we went to grammar school. though.
Yeah.
You want to see this anymore?
No, it's good. We have it
Thank
it's right
you.
here. Thank
And the
you.
square footage of the addition.
Yeah, we need to know what the
Yeah.
square footage of the expanded footprint is.
Well,
because the-
It's listed in.
Yeah,
430 square feet
yeah, I think he gets
from a footprint
429.
of 1719.
25%,
So, yeah, just a little.
right?
A little over.
So it conforms to all of it.
What was it for? What?
Slightly under.
The footprint is 1719.
So it's 429.74.
75, yeah, so just a little
Yeah,
over,
430.
25.
Yeah, you round it up.
Technical error.
Yeah, it's 429.75
Oh,
To be exact.
to be exact.
429.75.
Oh, okay.
And what's the proposed?
430.
increase?
430.
430, okay. So right on it.
Right on.
We round up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it gets to that. This is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I think the question originally was that old road and the town
Yeah.
property and all of that, so.
Well, maybe in the future I'll buy that and
You add on all you want.
Yeah.
That little bit of property, it's really holding things. I know,
I know.
if the setback was where the road would be,
Right,
then that
Right.
house is.
totally.
I was thinking of buying that before submitting this application, but I didn't know how long it would take
Right.
for the town and
To
what
decide.
price they would want.
Right.
All you can do is
I
take
ain't
the time.
gonna pay a lot for it, I'll tell you that.
We figured that.
And the 25% is the only expansion we get. Because here you say, this is my first expansion of the building.
Yeah, but that's, it's meaning that it
Yeah.
hasn't been expanded
Yeah.
before.
It has, well,
I mean, you know, in
years,
this-
years ago, yeah.
Right, but I mean, it's
Not recent.
not
Okay.
always regulation.
Yeah, no, I just want to clarify that
Yeah.
it's the one and only expansion we get.
Yeah,
While the house is not.
Non-conforming, yeah.
Unless that changes.
Right.
yes, the house is not conforming,
And not many
but
people have that
Road.
Option.
option, possibility, so
Yeah, but I'm before.
it's so interesting.
Yeah, I would like to make a statement that this application was truly a pleasure
Yes.
because you were so complete and so concise with all of your information.
oh, well, you gotta thank Brian Neff for that.
Okay, well, I agree.
Yeah.
It was very, very well
The
done.
gold
Yeah.
standard around
Yeah,
Good.
we got everything we needed.
here. Okay.
Any more questions for Tim?
No.
All right.
Anybody at home, if you ask anybody else?
Oh, well, sure, you're welcome.
Do you have any questions? And there's people online too.
He's my bodyguard.
That discontinued part of the road was discontinued when Frank Brown and Howard Pettit were down to, and they did it. And it was dirt road. And I drove cows up through there when I was in the village. On that older part of it.
Wow. We have a lot of history in the room tonight.
We can close it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other folk? No, you're all done?
No, written and online.
Address that.
Yeah, Zoom online, so we just
What?
want to, in general, just say.
right.
Is there any other public comment? Yes.
Okay. Any other public comment for Tim Tierney's application?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Good.
No? All right, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Can't,
Second,
Who was second, sorry?
Any-
Jim.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to close the public hearing is passed.
That's yours. Yeah, that's right. You gave me one.
You hold my hand. All right, it's time for our regular meeting tonight. Our regular meeting tonight is a special meeting. Call the meeting to order and the members, commission, regular members tonight are Kim Tester, Elaine Curley, Candy Blair, Jim Conway, and myself, Bill Horgan. Also as present today are Cheryl Rosen and Chris Haggerty. Meeting's open, and the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the last three meetings. Start with December 12th meeting, regular meeting on December 12th.
I didn't see. Any.
I didn't see anything on that.
Make a motion to approve the meeting, the minutes of the regular meeting, December 12th, 2022.
Do I have a second to Kim's motion?
It's Candy, a second.
Okay, Candy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Minutes of the regular meeting, December 12th, 2022 are approved. Next is a special meeting, January 3rd, 2023.
Okay, and I have to abstain.
Likewise.
Am I all set then, or?
Well, we discussed it as part of this meeting, we'll discuss it further.
Oh, okay.
It's the application is all good.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
And that was virtual. Yep.
Yeah. And on this one, I have a correction.
On January 3rd.
January 3rd, yeah. Seating of members.
Where's that, Candy?
Seating of members, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line down. My name is spelled as Candy.
I didn't do that.
Are you sure?
It's spell check.
It's spell check, I know. You should see someone's spell.
Oh, it's
And it's again,
so annoying.
did you catch the other one too?
Oh,
It's a second Candy misspelling.
Is this in the January 3rd one?
was that the January 3rd?
January 3rd, under zoning
Next
meeting
one.
Yeah, the
calendar,
next one, yeah.
the next one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
The third line from the
Yeah.
bottom, Candy Valeri
Oh,
noted.
yeah, got it.
Sorry.
Nothing more. It has a mind of its own.
The others are good.
Any other questions on those minutes?
No, that was the only thing I found. Sure. All right, so I make motion, we accept the minutes with the corrections.
All right, second?
Elaine, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I abstain.
And Kim abstains. So the special meeting, January 3rd minutes are approved. And next, the special meeting of March 17th minutes. All right, any other questions on the,
I'm sorry, December 12th, there was another correction.
Oh,
Sorry, on page 2.
It might be too late.
I think it's already-
Shoot. My name is,
you may.
yeah, my last name. It's okay. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of March 12th, March 12th. It's a
second?
different date. No,
Seven.
wait,
March
March 17th,
17th.
2023.
Right.
Yes. It's Candy, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
This is Elaine, I have abstained.
Elaine's abstaining. So the special meeting on March 17th minutes are approved. Next on the agenda is the zoning enforcement officer's report. John is not here, but he wrote me and said that his report this month, he's reviewed the 2 special permits for small additions. As far as wetlands concerned, I do not have any concerns. Obviously, if this gets approved, I will monitor the construction. So that's the zoning enforcement officer's report. Next on the agenda, Murray's public hearing discussion and possible vote. But we've already decided we're going to continue that until we look into change of use. And I continue it till the May meeting. We're going to continue the Murray's
Public hearing.
public hearing till
Maybe.
till May.
Back to their application. They're applying for 2 different things, one application.
Oh.
And they're different as apples and oranges, taking an existing structure and just hanging some curtains and throwing some furniture in it, calling it living space. And that really doesn't come under 3.10.
No.
You know, they're not
That's the
adding
question.
on, they're not adding on 25%.
Right, it's a change of use.
It's a change of use, simple as that. The other part of the application is an addition, which is well within the 25.
Right.
So there, with one application, you're asking us to make two different
Yeah,
choices, decisions.
I can see that.
And it should be one and then one and the other.
You're right, Jim.
Mhm.
I know we told them to leave it the same way, which at the time it sounded good, but we're apples and oranges, two different things.
But we are gonna look into it for them and get back.
Okay, there's a lot going on there
Yeah,
that isn't in 3.10.
yeah, right.
Well, we did the right thing, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
We just had to do that.
You know, it's better than out and out at night.
Yeah, especially if you
No, I totally have to work with everybody as much as you can.
Right.
But it's a interesting
Yeah, it
scenario.
is. It's totally different than when I thought.
But tomorrow, should they decide to withdraw the application?
Well, let's see what Gail says.
And request,
See what Gail says we
Yeah,
have
it's
before
certainly-
us.
that's not my question is, if tomorrow they should decide to withdraw the application and request an application for a special change of use, we are not delaying them by continuing it, correct? That was my concern.
That
when I-
cancels our continue.
Well, that was my concern when I asked that question earlier. Because they may find out that it's wiser, more beneficial for them to do the change of use first.
Right. Well, we'll find out.
Nothing's to stop them from doing that.
Sure. Oh, okay, so it doesn't, my
Yeah, they're
question
not-
was just, it's not
Don't
gonna
believe
delay
they're
it.
bound.
No, I guess it just, if they come in and pull it, they just.
I don't believe they're bound to stay with an open application. They can always pull it if they decide to do that.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
All right.
At any time, okay.
So now we discuss and possibly vote on Tim Kearney's 172 Apple Lane special permit. Any discussion on that?
That seems pretty
good.
straightforward.
Yeah,
And that's
Straightforward, pretty complete.
Yeah.
very complete.
Well done.
Yes, I agree with Elaine. It was a great application and all the information was
Was
out.
there.
Yeah, we didn't have to ask for it. It's very good.
So,
So in this case, we will have to decide on our feeling about it.
so we'll have to make our statement.
A statement.
So it appears to me that we're going to accept Tim's application. So we have to have a statement to accompany that if we vote on it. So what can we write?
I have something written.
All right.
Oh, just very simply that make a motion. I would make a motion to approve the application because the application meets our requirements for a special permit. Be that simple. If there's anything else anyone else would like to add to that, we could decide that and then make a motion again.
That's simple. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
It encompasses, it
Okay.
meets all of our requirements.
Yeah, based on the information we received, the application and all documents.
Okay.
All right.
Want me to read that again?
See if Karen, do you have it?
No, because it wasn't a formal motion yet. We're just.
Oh,
Yes, not a formal
yeah,
motion.
yeah,
I
we're
was just
just
throwing it out as
discussing
an idea.
No, but I meant you have it because we're going to make a formal motion. So,
Anytime you're ready.
okay. So relative to Tim Tierney's 172 Apple Lane, I need a motion to approve that special permit.
I make a motion to approve the special permit for Tim Tierney, 172 Apple Lane, because the application meets our requirements for a special permit.
Do I have a second for that?
Second.
Tim seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, so attorney's 172 Apple Lane special permit is approved. Next on the agenda, special events permit, and Kim is going to update us on that.
It's in this, it's in all this somewhere. Let's look. I think it's after all of the.
Yeah, some of our.
Oh, here it is, I got it.
A little out of order tonight.
So
Julie has it.
the Board of Selectmen, we have not discussed this at all. It's still in our purview here to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it a lot tonight unless someone else has things to add. What I did not do, because this has been on here for a while, and we didn't have a meeting, and okay, so all the changes. I would say that if everyone's in agreement, we change the name of it to event permit and not special event permit. Get rid of the special because it's just too confusing. Just in terms of the discussion of it, and I could make that change because I have the original document. And the thing that I saw was missing was down in number J, town-owned property. And at the bottom, it says the rental of the Rehoboth Pavilion shall use the first selectmen's policies and procedures for renting the facility. It should also include this room.
Oh, what number is that?
It's on the second
Page.
page. J,
Okay.
third bullet. So.
So adding this room.
Yeah, I should add this room.
What do we call this room?
This is the community room.
Community room.
And then, you know, we put in, said John and I put this together, but I added in the definition that we currently have for special event. And so then that would be changed to event, not special. And then that definition, I think, would probably also be changed. And so what I did was I put in a proposed definition and really just took from the beginning an A and put part of it below to say any gathering, function, fair, show, or such that incorporates the exchange of money for items or services or charges a fee or donation for attendance designed to raise money for a nonprofit or for-profit group, organization, or business. That would be an event. So that was, I kind of wanted your opinion on that. I can also just make some of these changes and then come back on a quieter evening and we can go over it and discuss that.
So I'd
Perfectly fine.
like to continue that.
Yeah, so it'd be continuing, but I wanted to see if you had any input on anything. Yes.
Kim, under letter J, and I don't know if this ever happens, should we also include like any of the rooms in the senior center?
They don't, it's not part of the rental. Senior center doesn't get rented.
Oh, it never does? Okay. Even the new, okay.
Yeah.
With that new
It's just
room?
programs. Yeah, no, it's a good point, but I think it's the renovation upstairs. you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
I
yeah.
think that's just for programs for the senior center.
Okay,
I could double check.
I was just thinking of it because it's another sort of
Right.
access, space to access.
90% sure that's in their covenant.
It is,
That
okay.
is part of,
It's part of the senior center.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think it's
Okay.
anything
That's
that
not
would,
right.
if it would, it would be a whole new,
Hmm,
new use.
Okay, we're not going to.
We're not gonna
use-
go
No,
there.
we're not going there.
I don't think we're gonna go
Retract what I just said.
Okay.
What about the field across the street? Is that included?
This town-owned property.
Okay.
So, no, town-owned property, Jake, town property. That doesn't get rented.
Okay,
That's.
so having the Airstreams there,
It's not, they're not renting it.
would they need some sort of permit for that?
It's not an exchange of money.
Okay,
What this idea is, and this is open for discussion, right? This is not like we have this, and again, this is up for discussion. This is not a set anything. But this was just for, and it came about because the land trust was going to be asking for fees And it wasn't a donation, right? They were like a fee to participate.
Yeah.
Right, and so the suggestion was made for them to donate, ask for donations instead. It just was getting complicated, so this is done through our zoning enforcement officer. And so it brought up a lot of questions about people who are having events like this and no filterings, no place for all the information to filter, and so that the town understands what's taking place and when, so that we know that we can, or he can tell prospective people who want to have an event that it's going to raise money for something, that they have to follow these rules and making sure that they talk to, if they're going to serve liquor, or if they're going to need the police, or if they're going to make sure there's parking that's off-street parking,
What about insurance liability?
insurance liability too, for, especially if that it's required for town,
Okay,
for
so,
here and for the Verbal Park.
so if the meadow's being used for,
They have their own insurance.
they do, okay.
But again, that's not a fundraiser.
I realize that, but
But
anything
again,
that could
it-
impact the town negatively
Sure.
should go through some sort of process, no?
Yes, they've already presented at the board select.
Okay.
So, and then also, I believe it came up at the historic district because it's part of the historic district.
Okay,
So, yeah, and what we did at the BOS meeting was to require the insurance and we have police for when they have an open house on that Saturday morning. I forgot when it is, from like 8 to 10 or something, where people will be able to come and actually see. And that was part of the reason why I ended up voting okay for it, because it was education.
okay.
So, but again, this is just, it could be that is part of this process. Just kind of throwing it out there for discussion. So maybe it's more than just money being exchanged, that it's including more than that. So, including things like the Airstream.
Those three.
Airstream. Okay. Food for thought.
Well, we'll continue this.
Yeah, just continue.
So have more time to talk about it.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, item 8, historic, next on the agenda, item number 7. Zoning regulation revision, section 1.3, purpose. We had a freedom of information complaint by Joe Krenta. And it involved Lincoln's birthday being a holiday,
The observed holiday.
observed holiday on a Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And if
His birthday was on a Sunday, the 12th, and the observed holiday was the 13th, which was the night of our meeting.
there's President's Day, but Lincoln is still in Connecticut. I think 4 states it's somewhat recognized, but technically we mistakenly, as it says right here, we have to schedule a new public hearing date because the meeting was void. Our February 13th meeting was void because of this complaint, because technically Monday was the celebrated Lincoln birthday. So we have to schedule a new public hearing date to remedy the prior hearing and approval mistakenly scheduled and acted upon on February 13, 2023, to take all appropriate actions to redo the public hearing and vote on it. So we have to determine a date for that. Karen, did you?
Yeah, I decided that we will be able to do it at the May, on the May date, May 11th.
May meeting.
Yeah.
So we'll be.
There's time to get the notices out.
Great.
All right,
So we're
so
basically starting this over again.
fresh and new.
So basically, it's a rerun of the February 13th.
Right. Do I have any questions on that? It's self-explanatory. Right now, number 8, Historic District Commission request to amend nonconformity regulations to address nonconforming historic homes. And talked to Gail McTaggart about that, and she can represent the Historic District Commission and the Zoning Commission. And what she suggested is we get 2 volunteers from each commission, 2 from zoning, 2 from historic. So tonight, I'm looking for a couple volunteers to work with 2 volunteers from the Historic Commission to start working. You volunteered? All right. We just need 1. We've got 2 volunteers. All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Darren,
We got our
put
volunteers.
that down in ink.
I have it down.
We've both taken on old houses, so.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
true, yes.
Will that adapt to the historic district schedule?
What do you mean, their monthly schedule? Or you meet separately?
Separate.
Yeah. And you could have Gail on Zoom, Zoom or
Okay.
a conference call, or, you know, it'd be up to the 4 of you
The committee.
to decide how to do it and report back to us. I think it's a worthy venture.
Separate from the meetings.
That's great, thank you.
Great to have such eager volunteers. If no one volunteered, I wondered who was gonna do it.
Who's going to put it back on you?
He was ready.
All right, agenda item number 9. Why don't we that's just the request, Candy wrote a lot about definition of offense. And we have to pick that apart and incorporate it and add to it. And I don't think we should do it tonight. So Candy, will be okay with you if we continue that?
I thought the dictionary.
You can talk to us for a while, and then we can still continue it.
No, I brought the dictionary, not to look up fence or wall, but just because there is ambiguity in the regulation. And I can understand why ZBA, voted the way they did.
Oh.
So anyway, that's it.
All right, so we'll continue
We'll continue.
the,
Yeah, and John should be here so we can discuss it.
all right, so the zebra register fence will be continued. Jim, it's up to you. You know, item number 10, elderly affordable housing. We don't need to vote on it.
Okay, I just need to find it again.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
I'm having trouble myself.
Here it is, I got it.
Should be
So,
after special events.
at 4.3,
Permitted uses. Okay.
permitted uses by special permit for residential zone A and B. So during the Housing Plan Steering Committee, Jocelyn Ayer, who's the consultant for us for that, when we did writing up the housing plan, it was brought to our attention that our regulations didn't have affordable housing listed in permitted uses, but we have regulations for affordable housing. So it was an administrative error that was just something that they forgot to put in at the time. This was in the 1990s. And so I spoke to Gail about it, and she said because it's just an administrative error, we don't need to vote on it. She has 2 placeholders, one for elderly housing and related accessory structures. That was in there, but it's outdated. So she cut it and just put in 2 short placeholders that when we actually go to review the affordable housing regulation, we can make some changes to this, and then it would go to the public and public review for hearing. But she said that it was perfectly fine to just put these in as placeholders. And is deemed an administrative item, which does not need a vote. So I'm just telling you about it.
Okay.
And then any questions? So I'm so glad that Jocelyn brought it up. We were like, oh my gosh, we had no idea.
We didn't know.
And we had, it was just something that was missed at the time that the regulation was written.
So it's waiting to be incorporated.
It is going to be incorporated just like this, and as she called them, placeholders, so that they can be expanded upon when we go to look at that section.
Then what's the result of that would be incorporated.
Right. Yep,
So
it's
as soon as we stop talking about that, it gets incorporated.
just like that. Yep.
As soon as we can get it in.
So
Yeah.
to to summarize, what you're saying is all of our regs already comply and are
Yes.
stated clearly.
Correct,
The language was omitted
correct.
in the
Yes.
umbrella.
In this
In
section,
the permitted.
permitted
Yeah.
use
Right.
in 4.3, correct.
So no intent,
Nope,
no regulation has changed.
no,
And this is clearly transparent.
correct.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Elaine.
That's it.
All right, any other questions again? So on to agenda item 11. McDonald 6 Baker Road, that's also a victim of Lincoln's birthday. And the freedom of information complaint by Joe Parenta. It simply stated, we have to make a motion to accept or deny and vote on this. And basically, it's a zoning application for an accessory apartment, which is just what it was when we voted on. And basically what we're doing is we're just by voting for it, on it, or for it, we're ratifying what we approved February 13th, just making an official vote. So,
Hold on a second. What's the limitation on square footage for an accessory dwelling?
1,800 feet.
Okay.
This is 16 something.
The plan that he shows is 2,400.
Yeah, he does. It does say
It's
20.
40 by 60
For the apartment.
for the apartment.
How big is the building?
Main house 28.
We did this before.
Yeah.
There was some,
Part of it is going to be used as an office. Part of it, I believe he had as storage or recreation.
So there's two functional areas.
That's what the claim was.
It all was storage at first.
this again.
Oh, I see. He says
I'm looking at it, there isn't, other than the
Yeah. Well,
exterior
it's-
deck or stairs, there's no connecting point between them, but
Right, because it says apartment over garage 1680.
Right, and that's,
So I think that falls within the
yes,
1800.
Right.
Is what the thought was.
right.
Well, I was,
And that's why it had to be spelled out. That is what we were looking at.
but he's got a full
bath in the home
bathroom
office, right? We went.
in the home office. How does that not qualify as a?
I will quote Dennis. Dennis told us that whenever he puts a pot of room, he always adds a shower.
Right, but the qualifiers for a bedroom is a closet,
A
a
window.
full
and
bathroom and egress, which it meets all of those.
Is it connected?
Well, what this application is for an apartment that is 1,680 square feet.
Right, and then a home office that's 720 that has a full bathroom and closet, could act as a second apartment.
This application, I believe,
Is any of that existing? Does the office already exist?
Well, the existing
It says existing 40 by 60
Garage
building,
below.
garage below.
So I believe that the only thing that he's applying for is the 1680 square foot apartment.
I
Not
don't think
the
there's
office?
a prohibition on putting a bathroom and a shower in your office. We beat this quite a bit, you know, over the years. Because in addition, I'm pretty sure I quote him as saying, you know, if they exercise here and want to come in and shower and change their clothes after they run. So we're taking them at their word, which we have to do.
Yeah. so
We're believing him. I mean, once, you know,
I mean, that certainly jumps out at you, but he's labeling it, that's what he's representing.
But again,
although what's
the app-
interesting is if you go down further, right, on Brian Neff's drawings, right, it says existing building, proposed 2-bedroom apartment. Is that the second bedroom? Is that office?
well, 1680 is good size. That's, that little
Right,
house-
but it doesn't
the
look,
little
yeah.
house on yours is 1,500 square feet and it's 2 bedrooms.
No, it could be,
Yeah.
just the way it's drawn. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
very sketchy, not
Yeah.
sketchy is the wrong word, but it's a
Yeah.
very loose drawing on top.
We also question the.
Yeah, but he has the
Single
apartment.
line drawings as being,
But we can't, but it's allowed to do
I'm just
that.
saying, look
you
at
know,
this.
we can't tell them to have an architect draw the.
No.
plan.
And the porch, right? So-
Mhm.
But he has the apartment on one side and the office
Office
on the other.
right, it just doesn't, so maybe that exists, I don't know.
But again, the application is, we have to look at what the application is for, and that is for the apartment.
And we have beaten this to death. Yeah, I remember like
Yeah,
discussing this like 8 months ago.
and more than that.
Right?
We're
I
going on
mean,
for
it
building.
seems like,
So the suggestion was to just have the same motion that we had last time. So I have it here.
Did you already do the office?
I don't know.
Well, there's an application. The application includes a septic for the build out of the second floor. So all we can do is presume that it's not, there isn't a bathroom yet.
That is from health district, health
Mhm.
department.
No, I'm just wondering because 720 and 1680 is 2,400. But if he's only applying for the apartment over the garage, it's 1680.
Yeah, he's only
So
good, the application is just for 1680.
but it says 2,400.
It does.
I know we've beaten this to death, but the application says 2,400. And he's only going for the apartment. That's 1680,
Mhm.
okay? And the office is on the other side. And that's 720.
great, and what's the square footage of that game room? That doesn't even make sense, right? There's a whole other middle section.
I thought that was on the first floor,
No,
to tell you the truth. It
that's all
sounds-
about the garage.
it's all
I thought it
on-
was, maybe you're right, maybe it is on the first floor. I thought it was all above. So how can that,
No, I,
No, okay. Just makes sense.
Right,
This
it's
was
not here.
confusing when we first saw it, and it's still confusing.
Mhm.
No part of that garage, that existing garage is in the setback, is it?
No. It's not,
No,
it's not.
there was
it's not
part of the
conforming.
building, it was, they corrected that.
Okay.
The building has been corrected behind the setbacks.
the drawing doesn't make any sense?
No.
The numbers don't add up.
Now, if this is the second
And
floor,
it does ask for 1 bedroom.
yeah, he asked for one
Application
bedroom.
Actually asked for 1 bedroom.
Right.
Somebody said they saw something.
Well,
about
on
2.
Brian Neff's
On the site plan,
drawing,
yeah.
on the site plan, it says existing building, proposed 2-bedroom apartment. That's what it says.
Is that on the site, on,
On here, like you can, it's actually right after this, if Julie,
The next map.
it's the next map, I believe. No, your map,
Goes further down.
maybe it's one more. No.
There it
Yeah,
is.
there it is, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going up, scroll.
Yep.
There it is, right there. You see?
But a 1680 square foot could support 2 bedrooms.
It could.
Yeah.
But in other places, the application, it says 1 bedroom. That's all. There's just inconsistency.
Does
It's
that-
not,
But this plan was not approved because this plan proposes the pole barn. That was
oh, the
not.
pole barn.
So this is an earlier plan.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
so this is not relevant? Okay. Okay, my memory's not serving me well.
Yeah,
And I guess we couldn't really limit the number of bedrooms as long as the square footage is there.
it's really up to
Yeah,
the
it's up to him how he
department
wants
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about.
So this is not irrelevant.
No.
Okay.
Conforms to our square footage limitation, it conforms to setbacks.
Right.
If it's a problem of septic, that's up to Newtown
The health-
Health Department.
Yes, up for us.
But what we state, since this is all in the package, that our approval pertains to simply the ones of the 1680,
Yes,
and
yes,
noting that
we can
this is
definitely.
not accurate.
Yeah. Because this has three,
Has 3
two
bedrooms.
baths. Well, 2.5 baths.
That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's the square.
It is what
footage.
it is and you need to.
Yeah, it's the
Right,
square
right. So we're,
So we're approving the 1680, not the 2400.
Yeah, exactly.
And who's gonna monitor to make sure that
I could be wrong. We put 2,400 the first floor,
That's what I thought.
and the 1680 is the second floor.
That's what I thought.
that might
First
be.
floor is 40 by 60.
But the
Because this is
drawing,
total
the
square
drawing,
footage.
the finished space shows 40 by 60.
yeah,
That's the first floor. And then it's a gambrel type thing, it's set just like my house. My second floor is less than my first
No,
floor.
but then the main house shows residential at 2,800.
Mhm.
And then the additional building shows residential of 2,400 on this.
On the application.
There are 2 existing buildings and structures. I don't know. It says here second floor area 2,400 right here, but I'm not,
yeah. we
it's
can
unclear what comprises
Because
that
40 by
2,400.
60 is the footprint. And that doesn't go, the upstairs isn't 40 by 60. as well.
And then here, it
Otherwise,
says,
it would
yeah,
be
here it says the first floor is
two-story.
24, the second floor is 24. That's what it says.
I think we can make a motion for exactly what it is that we're approving.
The 16 days.
Yeah.
1680, yeah.
And that's what we did originally, 1600.
Yes. Yeah.
This is just ratifying by specifying 1600. We were specific about that at that meeting before.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's say,
I can make an emotion and then we can talk about it if you want. We just say it and see.
We did,
the first floor is 2,400.
Right.
And we're approving an application for 1680, which means by what Jim just said, that we're approving use for the entire second floor, not just a bedroom.
No. I think, so here's a possible motion, right? To approve an application by Dennis McDonald for 1 accessory apartment, 1,680 square feet at 6 Baker Road.
Right.
we.
I don't think there's a stipulation on how many bedrooms are allowed in an
It's
accessory
not the
dwelling.
bedroom. What I'm suggesting is that the drawing is demonstrating that 1/3 of that be an apartment
Mhm.
and the other be separate uses, office and.
Yeah.
Now, with the 1680, what we're virtually doing is approving that entire space,
Just 1,680. that's what
Just
we're-
1680.
Just-
Just 16.
which I'm suggesting the entire second floor might be 1680.
No, because this application actually states, new accessory apartment, section 14, Roxbury zoning. Install a new septic for the build out of the existing second floor of the accessory building. So he intends to build it out.
No,
No.
build out.
No.
that's
Build
not
out
what it
means
means.
complete.
Build out
Oh,
just means
complete.
completing it.
Oh, what's interesting is nowhere does.
That's
I
a,
don't-
that's a construction term.
We can't
I
change
know that.
anything from what we approved in February.
Oh, Well, then this is all.
Oh, all right,
I don't
Good.
think we can change
But
anything we've
interestingly-
already approved. We're just ratifying.
We're just ratifying.
Oh, okay, but interestingly enough, nowhere does he ask for 1680 except what's shown in there.
Because that's,
I think
Because that was void.
that was void.
we
But I
approved it.
think that if we say it like that, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Because we're only approving that square footage and that has to go with the building,
right,
build up.
build up.
But his application never stated 1680, just that one drawing.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I
it's
guess
still
that's
on there.
okay. I guess
It's on there.
Yeah.
Should we try that?
Sure.
Okay,
I like it.
all right. I make a motion to approve an application by Dennis McDonald for one accessory apartment of 1,680 square feet at 6 Baker Road.
I second that.
Second.
Right.
All in favor?
Yeah,
Aye.
because after a second, we can still talk about it before we
Do we have to?
go on. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right.
Okay,
The
unanimous, I
the
guess.
revote for Dennis McDonald, 6 Baker Road, has been approved, basically ratifying what we approved at the meeting that was void. Okay, commissioner training, that's just something I haven't done anything.
You haven't done it?
I still need one more credit. I've only done two.
Who was the second on that?
So hopefully there's-
Bill. Oh, Bill was the second, okay.
But Karen, there's more,
No,
there's more training
Sure.
that's coming up, right?
I didn't say that.
You mean in terms of offerings?
Yeah, before the end of the year.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
Yes, there should be.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to note that, the folks that took the Yukon Clear already went past it.
Mhm.
We have Chris, Cheryl, Candy, Kim, and Elaine, so thank you very much for that.
That was all three.
No, I
That
only
was
was
all
able to do 2 of the 3.
You only did
Remember?
2?
I
Okay,
only
you're
sent
right,
you, but
you're
maybe
right.
I shouldn't speak up about that.
Okay.
No, I only sent you
That's
the
true,
2
that's
for
true.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a mistake. I conflicted it.
Points for honesty.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
really,
get
it
it.
was really nice to get it out of the way.
I was conflicted at it doing the first one. Yeah.
So I think their commitment is done.
Well, I just
We
have
got-
to
It is,
Still
confirm
have
that
to-
just 3 credits.
with the board that,
Yeah.
you know, because it has to be 4
The board-
hours.
Right, 4
And
hours.
it was way over 4
It
hours.
was
The board,
Oh.
the board has to decide what is appropriate.
And then one is, that's required of everyone is the
Affordable
affordable
housing.
housing
Yeah.
one, that everybody has to do that one. And then you have choices of the different topics.
So Julie and I were able to take the Northwest Council Affordable Housing, and they're going to offer one class every month with the 5th Thursday forum.
Oh,
So
that's
anyone
great.
that wants to take that, I'll be putting out information about it. And they're allowing Zoom now too. So
That's
you can
great.
Zoom
Yeah,
in,
that was,
And that's worth the credits too.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
I'll keep you all posted.
thanks for doing that, Karen.
We might as
Great
well.
about it.
Yeah, who hasn't done it
Yeah.
and wants to. So
Sounds great.
And I
should
think
be pretty easy.
it's still the structured so that we have to notify you that we've taken it in order
Yeah.
to connect the
Yes, that would
the
be,
CEUs.
that would be most appreciated, because then we have a record.
And it was nice, I didn't
And it was all
know.
just emails saying you did it.
Yeah, no, you were
Yeah,
great,
that
because
we
you
got
actually
those
said I didn't get
emails.
your
That was
first
great.
one, and I said, that's good.
That came in a flurry.
It did,
Yeah.
that came up very quick.
Yeah.
And thankfully I didn't delete them.
I know, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
I realized.
So I guess
I
that's,
may have had to go and type
that's our proof that you
To be
that you did
it.
So thank you very much. Okay, that's it for me.
All right,
Well, thanks for doing that, Karen. It's very helpful for us.
next item number 13, the revised meeting schedule for 2023. Does everyone have that?
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe I may
Been
be wrong.
attached, we hope. If not, let me know and I can whip you out some copies tomorrow on email.
Next meeting, May 11th, will also be a special meeting. Is that right, Karen?
The May meeting, it will be a special.
All right, that's left over from Lincoln
Just a
University.
sheet with the dates.
All right.
Yeah,
After that, we
We did,
should be able to go to regular meetings for the rest of the year.
Okay.
That's what we were told by the town attorney at this point.
All right.
Still a little question.
She'll confirm that.
Yeah, she'll confirm.
But no, I wasn't gonna have a chairman's report, but I decided to have one.
Okay.
And I just want us all to be a part of this because, you know, this thing, you know, our mistaken, the mistake, you know, where was it? So their remedy for approval mistakenly scheduled. It was our mistake. But I was in reviewing state statutes over the past few days. You know, for instance, statute number one, chapter, section 124(8)(7D. You just take that one paragraph and it's got a bunch of sub sentences. You have to read it quite a few times and it's a lot of legal stuff, but you eventually can ferret out what it's saying. And there's thousands of paragraphs like that. And we're not lawyers. You know, we're here being paid $75 a year by way of a transfer station free permit.
Oh.
And we really have our hearts in this town. And, you know, we're custodians and stewards of enormous wealth of all the houses that are in our town. And I just, not that we're not appreciated, but our job seems to, it just gets tougher and tougher and tougher. And we hang in there. And I just want to pat everyone on the back and just, do you agree with me? You know,
Yeah, thank you.
It's very good.
Yes,
it's frustrating. So that's my chairman's report. Communications, there aren't any of those, are there, Karen?
Just that one newsletter from our, that we get every once in a while.
Okay. Sometimes there's interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, every once in a while, there's some kind of
I guess-
good new case that we have to worry about.
I guess I can't tell because mine was printed upside down. See that?
We can't read like that.
All right, so with no questions, comments on communications? Guess what I need?
I make a motion to adjourn.
You might not second.
Any other comments before we vote on it, Candy? No drum roll. Okay. All in favor of adjourning this meeting?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Well done. Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.